What's going on YouTube? It's Donnie all day. So this is a different kind of video. This is a just show you something video. Now I did a full review on this a long time ago, and I had no idea what I was reviewing. I had no idea, and what I mean is I know what I was reviewing. It's a Rambo knife, but I had no idea what this really is. So you'll notice it is the Rambo sheath, the autographed edition. Right? It has like wooden scales with like hockey tape type stuff on it. But that's not the thing. You'll notice even by here, something's a little bit different. Something's a little bit off about this Rambo knife. Now it is stamped Rambo, and it does have the signature edition signature, and it says flagship on it. Now, if you'll notice, it's pretty damn shiny. This isn't a Gilhibben Rambo knife that had the black taken off and was redone, because if they took everything off, first of all, you'd see more of the divots. I think I only see a couple because they have those hammered marks. But if I took everything off, you wouldn't see the flagship, you wouldn't see the Rambo, you wouldn't see the signature. This knife came like this. Now when I got it, I happened to find it on a whim, and I picked it up, and I thought it was oddly expensive when I bought it, but it was, fresh after the whole Rambo thing with this blade, and I was like, oh, I really want one. Then I went looking for it, and I found one that was like this, and I was like, oh, that one's kind of cool. It's different than the regular one. I didn't know how different this knife was. So this, there's one of the hammer marks right there, is a fully polished signature edition Rambo knife with flagship on it. I didn't do that. This is the way it came. This knife right here, I have looked everywhere on the internet to try and find another one. And there might not be another one. I think this might be the only one they ever did like this. If so, that makes this probably the rarest signature edition Rambo knife on the freaking planet. And I can easily say that because I have looked for years. I have talked to other collectors to try and find another one. Not a knife that somebody took that was a Gilhibben knife and somebody purposely polished. No, this one came like this. I cannot find anywhere, and I mean anywhere, through collectors forums. I wrote different sites for makers and things like that. There is not a single other one of these out there that has either been filmed or is available or anything. This may be a piece that they did as like a demo, and I ended up somehow with it because I just bought it the right time. I don't know if whoever had it knew what they had, but this Rambo knife right here, you will not find another one. And if you do, let me know, because I have been looking. As a matter of fact, I even researched today. I searched again trying to find some, and there are none like it. This Rambo knife is unlike any other that's ever been made or produced or put out there, available or owned. The fact that it has the signature edition, it says flagship, and it has Rambo on it, lets you know that this knife came this way. This knife is insanely rare, to the point where I might literally have the only one ever made. So people have been asking, when are you going to do a versus between the D-Bad Mission 4 and this Rambo, the Gilhibben Rambo 4. And I was going to do it, but now that I know how really rare this is and what this means to the Rambo knife world, I think I might just wait until I possibly grab a regular Hibben one. Hold on a second. Hold on. All right. So I can't show you this without showing you this clearly. So this is the Gil Hibben design, but remember his is black, right? It's got that raw finish with the hammer marks all through it. This one is my own design. Like, if I was going to design the Rambo knife, how would I do it? And first of all, I'd have a much nicer sheath. But I would want the micarta grips. I would want the half guard. And I would want a really nice grind. So you can see right here is flat to a convex edge with a hollow center, flat spine. So I have a complex grind in here, but I have a knife that is a fat, nasty workhorse of a blade. This thing is a menace. This one is longer, and you'll notice I'll go top to bottom, and you can see the difference in length. But you'll also see where my tip goes to where that one starts, that clip point starts. That's where I wanted my tip. I wanted my tip right here, so I measured to make it perfect for that area. This thing right here it's just a beast, man. It's just a beast. You can see the difference, and the difference in the grips. Now, the reason this one looks like this is because Sylvester Stallone wanted a blade that looked like he could hand forge it where he was, right? Out in the middle of the rainforest. So it needed to look very, very rugged, obviously not chromed. So that's why he went with this style. But for me, I mean, sure, he could have possibly done a guard and some nice scales, but I just wanted a really, really badass version of this. So when I created this one, it just had to be. I mean, it's just awesome. This is a really, really cool design from Gil Hibben. His first design that was rejected by Stallone was typical Hibben. It was way over the top, a little odd, right, for a guy in the woods, and it just wasn't rugged at all. I mean, not at all. This one, I wanted to keep that ruggedness, but I also wanted to keep the functionality and not have your hand able to hit the edge without something stopping it. So that's why the guard is there, and I needed something good for scales. So that's why I created mine the way I did. This one, you could buy 1,000 of them if you want. They'll be made. So this is not rare. I mean, well, this one's the prototype, but this my D-Bad Mission 4, you can go to the Kukri House right now and order one. This you can find everywhere in black with the hammer marks the way it was done originally. The signature editions you can still find, but you can't find this. This one is completely its own animal. And I have had people asking about it before after I showed it. And I'll tell you what, this one might be something worth keeping. However, money talks. And if the right collector wanted a possible one-off, and I'll tell you what, it's a one-off until somebody else can find one. If you can find one, it's no longer one. You know what I mean? But as from now, if some kind of collector or a Rambo knife aficionado really, really wanted it, I mean, you're going to pay some big bucks for it. I'll sell it, but it's not cheap, I'll tell you that. But this right here, as far as I know, is the only one on the freaking planet. So I just wanted to show this, just because I was recently asked by Tin Man, as a matter of fact, if I'm going to do a versus between these two. And because over the last however many years I've had this, since I pretty much had this, I've been searching for another one. I can't find it. I just can't do it, man. I can't do it. So that's it. Just wanted to show you the very rare, very, very rare signature edition Gil Hibben Rambo 4 chromed out flagship edition. All right, so that's it for this one. Hi, I'm Donnie all day. Till next knife.